It's just a matter of when. Dak's deal is up at the end of next season, and the Fort Worth Star-Telegram reports the Cowboys have made progress in their negotiations with him and are expected to give him at least $30 million a year. Currently, there are just 4 quarterbacks making that much. While in Philly, Wentz is signed through 2020. But Eagles VP Howie Roseman said the team is planning on signing him to an extension and would not hesitate to do it right now. But Wentz also, his last 2 seasons, cut short by injuries and is still recovering from a stress fracture in his back. We're joined by Fox NFL analyst G.Jenning. Good to have you, Greg.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who is a better long-term bet? Is it Dak or is it Wentz? Long-term bet.
Okay, I'm going to have someone very disappointed with me in my response to this question at this table.
Who could it be?
Long-term.
Don't do it.
It is Dak Prescott.
Oh,
No
thank
way.
you. Because that's the obvious answer.
Explain yourself.
It is Dak Prescott long-term. And for me, you look at a couple things. There's a lot of things you can look at this, but for me, health, if I wasn't concerned about health whatsoever, I would go with Carson Wentz, short-term. But long-term, talking about durability, and also who has the greatest ceiling to climb to, I believe that that's Dak Prescott. And what I mean by that is he has the opportunity to continue to improve in areas where we all feel like he has weakness. Accuracy, his ability to win the big games. He has won. He continues to win. He's won his first playoff game. He continues to build that camaraderie with the guys around him. I think he'll have another year, a complete year with Amari Cooper. This team was built, let's not forget, for Tony Romo. A championship team was built for Tony Romo. He stepped in and he took it over. And he said, no, you know what? This is going to be my team.
He did.
Carson Wentz's issue is his team was built for him. And now he has the Nick Foles looming over his, the cloud looming over his head to where now he has to overcome that and regain the fact that, guys, I'm the leader on this team. We understand how talented, how gifted he is, the skill sets that he possessed, the accuracy, all these things are great, but he hasn't been able to get it done, and Nick Foles has. So the weight that is on his shoulders is a lot heavier than what is on Dak Prescott's shoulders. This team, again, built around team, not Dak Prescott solely. I like the future of the Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott at the helm versus Philadelphia Eagles and Carson Wentz.
Walk it to him is better long-term. Walk it to him. Because Carson Wentz at the quarterback position is based on what? The ability to throw the football. I don't have to worry about that with no accuracy and all this other stuff. Let me get to some. Last season, Carson Wentz had a better QBR. You love Q. That's your favorite stat. It measures 0 to 100. He loves that. You know, Skip loves QBR. Carson Wentz had a better QBR, better completion percentage, better yards per attempt, better touchdown-interception ratio. Carson Wentz had one fewer touchdown despite playing 5 fewer games. Do you know Carson Wentz in his career has thrown for more touchdowns despite playing 8 fewer games than Dak Prescott? If you look at QBR, in 2 of the 3 years, walk it to him, Carson Wentz has a better QBR than Dak Prescott. If you do quarterback rating, 2 of the 3 years is walk it to him. So I don't even know what we're talking about.
Who has the best QBR over his first 3 years? Well, let's just get this on the table.
Are we doing averages?
You're spinning. You're spinning like he tries to spin the football.
No. Oh, he can spin it too. Oh, walk it to him. That's how he got Dak ain't got no catch name.
He can spin it right to the wolf hunter.
Dak got a catch name. They call him Deacon and Dakin. That's what he got.
Deacon and Dak.
Walk it.
I love that pass. Walk it to me. He walked it right into the wolf hunter's hands. Leighton Vander Esch.
And this is what we know. Carson Wentz's ceiling is MVP because that's where he was headed in his second year. Was Dak Prescott's ceiling?
But Super Bowl MVP.
See, that's where my concern is because we've seen pretty much the peak of where Carson Wentz can get to. We've seen that.
What if that's the peak?
We don't know if can he get back to that?
No.
We thought he could get back to it last year.
What have you seen the best that Dak Prescott has to offer?
Now that he has Amari Cooper, we see him. The one thing that I love about Dak Prescott is the timing and his playmaking ability. We can harp on everything that he's not. I've done it. his accuracy, his inability to put the ball in places on the dime in tight windows. But the Dallas Cowboys went out and got Amari Cooper, and their thought was our quarterback is going to be better because of it. Did that happen? No doubt about it. It happened, and now he gets a full offseason, a full year with Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, and all these other weapons. Added Jason Witten as a security guy. I like what they're doing around him to make him even better, to ensure that what we have moving forward is going to be special.
Thank you. Shannon Sharp,
what do
you are riding the wrong horse. You need to jump off while you have a chance, because you're going to be riding my horse sooner than later, because we know you jump on the hottest bandwagon, and mine's going to get hotter and hotter. Pretty soon I'm going to be arguing against myself on this show, because he's going to be saying, I love Dak Prescott.
It ain't going to happen, because what's the love? Dinking and dunking, throwing 5-yard routes?
Look, this is a silly question, because obviously Dak Prescott has already proven to be the better long-term bet.
No, he didn't.
Than Carson Wentz. Number one, as my man here pointed out right off the top, he has proven to be far more durable, because Dak Prescott has missed 0 games. And how about your guy? We got one injury issue after another. Okay, so you're going to bet on him long term? I'm not. I'm sorry. It's like he's Joel Embiid. Philly's got 2 of them. He's Joel Embiid.
That was
Carson Wentz.
He's a process junior.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Skip.
Number 2, Dak Prescott has proven to be far better leader, locker room leader. The voice in the locker room in Dallas is Dak Prescott's. I just read recently in the Philly Voice an article, an expose, I should call it, about the lack of leadership, the issues with leadership for one Carson Wentz. He'll get better? I don't know about that. And by the way, the Nick Foles cloud, as you call it, is going to hang over poor Carson Wentz until he wins a Super Bowl the way Nick Foles won a Super Bowl and was the MVP and outgunned Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in that game. How are you going to live up to that?
Well, Tony Romo is hanging over his head because Dak's not box office.
Tony Romo never did anything.
But is Dak box office?
Yes,
that's what
is.
Jerry said. Jerry said Tony Romo was box office.
So Dak Prescott has played extremely well in not 1 or 2, but 3 playoff games. 3. Carson Wentz has yet to take a playoff snap. Better long-term bet, it's Dak. If I look at the 3 playoff games, he had a 79 against Aaron Rodgers. That's 0 to 100. That's extraordinary. 74 against Russell Wilson. Out QBR'd him. Crushed Jared Goff in QBR, 84 to 57. Last year in the playoffs, of the 12 quarterbacks who played in the playoffs, who had the best QBR? My guy did. Dak Prescott over Brady, over Mahomes. I'm sorry, it was Dak. Over the 3 years that he's played, if you combine all the QBRs, Dak Prescott is 69 to Carson Wentz's 64. Who beat Carson Wentz head-to-head last year twice? My guy outplayed him twice.
What 2 years ago?
Well,
Wow, how far back you want to go?
Yeah.
Just 2 years. Because he fed over 3 years.
Body of work.
Yeah, because we're doing body of work. Body of work goes back over.
And again, accuracy, I don't know. My guy just set the all-time record for a quarterback in his first 3 seasons of completion percentage at 66%.
He's checking the ball down.
Okay, well, does that define accuracy if you hit people in the hands and they catch the ball? I don't know.
If you're throwing jailbreak screens and swing pass to the running back.
To Greg's point about playmaking, the most game-winning drives, fourth quarter overtime over the last 3 seasons belong to number 1, Dak Prescott. Most games won, second only to the guy in Foxborough over the last 3 years, Dak Prescott. He just keeps proving and proving and proving he's the alpha of the Cowboys. He's the playmaker. He's the leader. He's worth $30 million a year. It's just
he's worth $30 million now. You say he's gonna get 25.
Whatever. I hope he takes an America's team discount.
No.
You continue to talk about the checkdowns, and I harped on this as well early in his career, and primarily because we talked about Dez Bryant not being able to create separation and get open and really harming the growth of a young quarterback, Dak Prescott. Now you have guys, Gallup, you have Cooper, Witten, young tight ends. Yes, you're going to get these checkdowns, but now you have threats that can get down the field that he's growing with, that he's going to now trust to give him that chance of separation, where now I can throw the ball and trust that you're going to get open and go get it. He didn't have these things early.
You know, hey, all I know is my guy averages 26 more yards passing than your guy. And that's what a quarterback's supposed to do.
Your
Not
guy-
rushing.
Your guy looks like
Passing.
deer in the headlights to me half
You'll
the
see
time.
this. Yeah, don't worry about it.
See?
They're both
My
good
poop-
quarterbacks.
Mountain, I don't want Mountain Dew, ginger ale.
Ginger
Gonna be
ale?
on you.
I got
to go with
four
my
cases
to go
of that.
to go with my wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing tastes better with wings than ginger ale. Lemon pepper and ginger ale.
Is that
Ginger ale
really
and
the
wings?
pairing?
I've never heard that.
That's it?
Yeah.
Somehow I don't know
Really?
if I believe it. Ginger ale and wings.
I'll hustle, Rob. Go hustle Skip, too.
You hustled Rob Parker?
I did. Go get you tonight, too. One of the games.
I don't think so. I've got you long term. I bet on the correct horse here. I'm winning the Derby. I'm winning the Preakness. I'm winning the Belmont. I'm winning the Triple Crown. I'm winning
got it
everything.
all.
you
Feeling
can win.
good.
You know what? You say, Skip, it's okay. Because I look at you just like all the girls that didn't want to be with me when I was growing up. You made the wrong investment. You bet on the wrong guy. If you'd have stuck with O'Shannon, see, I'm on blue chip stock. All I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 5% a year. I ain't no hot shot guy give you 15 one year, minus 25, 5% a year. Set your clock by it. I'm on blue chip stock. That's all I am.